Hi guys and welcome to DriveSpark. I'm Promeet and what you see over here is the all-new Kia Carnival Limousine Plus, and this car has just launched at a price of rupees 63.9 lakh rupees ex-showroom. And let me tell you, this car is available in only one variant, that is the Limousine Plus, and it comes in two color options. That one that you see over here is the black and the other one is the pearl white. So let me quickly start this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this luxury car. So now let's start talking about the front end of the vehicle, and the very first thing you will see that the headlamp design has now changed. You get the DRS that run all the way from here to here, and over here you can see you get four projectors. Obviously this is for the high beam, low beam, and you get your fog lamps that is present over here. You get it like this. Also you can see that you get a ton of chrome on the car. This is slightly on the darker side. That looks really premium and looks good. You also have piano black finishing. You have the Kia logo, a front parking camera, and that is your radar for the level 2 ADAS that this car gets. And the camera that you see over there works in sync with this radar to help you get the level 2 ADAS functionalities. So yeah, this is the front end. Looks very nice, especially because of this headlamp design, and you also get some silver finishing on the scuff plates. So overall the car looks nice from the front end. Now let's move to the side. So this what you see is the side profile of the car. It is a pretty long car, and let's start off with the alloy wheels that you see over here. So these alloy wheels, obviously they are machine diamond cut alloy wheels. Looks really nice when they are rolling. These are 18 inches and the tire profile that you get is 235/60 R18. You can also see you get a side step over here. You get body colored ORVMs. Obviously there is a camera for the 360-degree camera, an integrated indicator, and you get a blind spot monitoring on the mirror as well. No chrome on the side on the window trim, but you get chrome on the door handles, and you get some brushed aluminium finishing over here. This element looks really nice. Plus you can see that the middle door is pretty broad and pretty wide, and that is because this is a sliding door, so you just have to open it like this and the door will automatically, it is a motorized door, and it will open and close on its own. There's one more thing that I need to point out over here. If your fuel lid is open, then if you try to open this door, it will not open, just because this fuel lid is open, and if this door open, this will brush against this and then it will damage the fuel lid. So now moving on to the back, you can see this is the rear quarter, and the rear quarter glass also gets a sun blind on the inside, as you can see over here. So basically we'll be telling you about the space on the inside when we talk about the inside of the vehicle. So this is how the side profile looks like. You get functional roof rails, two sunroofs over here, and a shark fin antenna. So now you can see the rear end, and this also looks pretty refreshed. You get a refreshed taillight over here that is connected, but I mean it just glows till here, as you can see over here. But you can see that the taillight design resembles the one on the headlight, so it looks really nice. You get a high stop mount light over here. Plus you also get a wiper along with the washer, and the wiper is neatly integrated inside this spoiler. You can see you get a brushed aluminium strip that runs along. You get the Kia badging over here. You get obviously sensors, a good camera, adaptive guidelines, and you get a Carnival badging over there. And since this is the Limousine Plus variant, you get a Limousine Plus badging over here. Now let's open the boot. So to open the boot, there is a request sensor, and this is an electronic boot. So after the boot is open, you can see that the third row is folded up, but if it is up, then also you have around 627 liters. Yeah, you heard me right. With these two seats up, that is the third row, you have 627 liters of boot space. That is a lot of boot space. You can see I can literally fit inside this. If you need more, then what you can do is there are two ways to operate this. If you need more, you can just either put this down, but if you need more space, what you can do is, you see the lever over here, you can just pull this and the full seat goes inside. So like this, if you fold both the seats, you will get 2,827 liters of boot space with the third row folded like this, and that is a lot of boot space. Again, it's an electronic boot, so you just have to press a button and the boot will close on its own. So now let's move on to the inside, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about the interiors of the all-new Kia Carnival. So now let's sit and show you how much space that the third row of the Kia Carnival has. And for reference, my height is 6'1". So as I mentioned, these are electronic doors. sliding door, so you can see it will open on its own, and this is your captain seat. To go inside, the seat will not tumble down. What will happen is that you can see two levers over here. Now this is to move the seat front and back, and this is to move the seat side to side. So you move it on the extreme right hand side, and then you can enter the third row. And over here, surprisingly, the third row is really comfortable. My knees are not brushing the seats. As you can see, this seat can be moved a little ahead as well, but there is ample amount of space. There are 3 headrooms. You have blinds for the quarter mirrors that I was showing from outside, plus you have USB type C, speakers over here, lights over here, and your AC vents are all over here. So the third row, and yeah, you have some cup holders and some place to keep your phone, and the third row is pretty comfortable. So now let's move on to the second row. This is how you will access the second row. And over here, obviously these are Automan seats, so you have your full control over here. These seats are ventilated and heated, and there is a button. So to operate these 2 buttons, you have to basically come this side and then press and hold this. So once you hold this, you can see that the seat completely reclines. Notice how the leg room increase, and if you want further leg room, you can see over here that this has these boss modes, so you can put this seat ahead if there is no one sitting. And obviously you can see you get a type C charging over here as well. Check out a reel to see how many charging sockets does the Kia Carnival have. So yeah, now this seat is ahead. I am completely reclined. Okay, and if I put this up, you can see that I have a ton of space. Obviously this seat can go a little behind. Yep. And now I can just peacefully relax and go. Obviously the sunroof is over here. If you don't want it, just close it. It's a manual shade, but this thing opens up electronically. But yeah, you just close it or open according to your need, according to the weather. And this is how you will travel. To undo this thing, there is a button over here that says hold. So you just press this, and you can see that the seat will come back to its original position. Everything will set back inside, and you will become upright. Also, there are 2 armrests over here, and these are actually adding to the comfort. Now, once you've done all of this, now if you want to shift this side, you can shift, but you have to move a little ahead and shift this side. But this, if your seat is close by, then obviously you will be able to get down more easily. And to get down, you just have to do this, and the door will automatically open and you can exit the vehicle. So now let's go to the front and I'll tell you more about that. So now you can see we are at the driving seat of the Carnival, and a lot has changed over here. Now first things first, you can see these 2 screens, a 12.3, a 12.3 infotainment system and an instrument cluster. You get an 11-inch of heads-up display that obviously gives you a lot of information, especially during when you're using the ADAS features. Plus you can see over here, this is your climate zone. You get 3-zone climate control, 2 over here, 1 for the rear. But you can see that the texture over here is not that gloss. It is not shining. It is finished in matte, and this has these touch operated buttons. Now these are your charging sockets. Again, you get 2 type C's. You can switch between your USB and your charging. Plus you also get a wireless charging pad over here. This is the key for the Carnival. Obviously it is a premium key, and over here you get a lot of functionalities to open the door, to switch on the vehicle, and a lot of things can be done through this key. Storage space over here. Now this is your crystal gear knob. Obviously PRND park. You have drive modes, you have auto hold, then this is the electronic park brake. You have heated and ventilated seats for the both front passenger and driver. Also you get a 12-way adjustable seat for the driver, but the passenger gets an 8-way adjustable seat. Also you have memory functions for the driver, and this is your steering wheel. Obviously the steering wheel is round. It is not electronic, but it can go up for tilt and telescopic both. Steering mounted controls are neatly integrated over here. You get piano black finishing, and you get a Bose music system with a subwoofer, and this thing sounds pretty good. Obviously this is the second sunroof. This is the first sunroof. That was the second sunroof, but yeah, this is the second sunroof if you want to call it. And again, this has a manual shade, and this thing also opens up, so both the sunroof can open up. Usually you don't see that on any car. You get two sunroofs, but only this part opens. But in this car, the rear sunroof also opens for the rear passengers, and everything around is soft touch. Your armrest is over here. You get cup holders, given a small dustbin also. That's a very neat gesture. So cup holders over here, and you can see that the dashboard is finished in this soft touch material with the stitching, and you have a brushed aluminium contrast that runs and gives the cabin a very premium look. So now let's drive the car and I'll tell you more about it, that how is the all new Kia Carnival to drive on the road. So now we're at the driving seat of the all-new Kia Carnival Limousine, and let me tell you that this vehicle gets the same engine. I mean, it's a 2.2-liter turbo diesel engine, and now it is slightly more refined, and this produces 193 bhp of power and 440 Nm of peak torque. Well, this is mated to an automatic gearbox. That's an 8-speed gearbox, and now the gearbox is shift by wire. This has shift by wire technology, so the gear shifts are very smooth, they are quick, there is no lag. And also one more thing that I need to mention is that the suspension setup on this is absolutely fantastic. So obviously this is a limousine category car. You have to get utmost comfort while driving or while traveling. So the suspension has been tuned in such a way that it will both make the car handle also good, not at very tight corners. You can't just take this limousine and go around corners really fast. But what this will do is this will actually absorb all the bumps, all the potholes, and the NVH level is really good, and it just cuts you out from the external surroundings. Now, since this has almost 193 bhp or 400 Nm, this has around 4 driving modes. So you have eco, then you have sport mode, then you have a smart mode that basically adapts to how you drive, and then you have a normal mode which we recommend for you to drive it in the city. The steering wheel is also very light in eco mode, and it weighs up on the sport mode. So I mean, this is an electronic steering wheel. Steering wheel is pretty light. Maneuverability is good, though this is a very long car. Still you will be able to maneuver it through traffic without any hesitation. Apart from that, the engine is now much more refined. The acceleration is good. If I just put my foot down, this thing will go, and we'll be doing a 0 to 100 test on this and showing you that what is the 0 to 100 timing of the Kia Carnival Limousine. So power delivery is linear. It's got a linear mid-range. It's got a very decent top end. Triple-digit speeds come in. I mean, they don't have a problem, but this does not like throw you back in the seat. Since this is a big and a heavy car, it moves a little slowly. However, in sport mode also, the acceleration is slightly linear, then your mid-range slightly increases, but on eco mode is where you'll get the maximum fuel efficiency. I think Kia claims around 14.5 to 15 kilometers to a liter, and since this is a diesel, and if you're cruising on the highway, you will be able to get those figures. Now talking about safety, so safety, first of all, this gets level 2 ADAS, then you have ABS, traction control, EBD, 8 airbags as standard. So yeah, safety is a big check in the Limousine Plus. And also this is a very driver friendly car. It's not like you will just have to sit behind and the chauffeur will drive you. Kia has designed the cockpit in such a way that if you want to drive this car by yourself also, you will get that driving pleasure out of it. So yeah guys, this was the all new Kia Carnival Limousine. It's a very good car to drive around and to be driven, obviously. So yeah guys, this was the all new Kia Carnival. Let me tell you about the pricing of this vehicle once again. So this was launched at a price of rupees 63.9 lakh ex showroom, and this comes in a single variant, that is the Limousine Plus that we are driving today, and this has 2 color options. So yeah, I hope I explained the car well to you. If you need to know anything else about this luxury limousine, so please let us know in the comment section and we will get back to you on that. Until then, I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.